All right, welcome back to Bayou Time. I'm Graham Harvey, and this is our weekly Nicholls State University segment. Our guest this evening is Craig Jaccuzzo. He's the director of University Police, and he's here to give us sort of an update on campus security issues. Thank you for being here, Chief.
Thank you, Graham. Thank you for the opportunity.
Absolutely. Now, first of all, let's talk about what's going on in the legislature right now. There's three proposals right now that could affect campus police departments. If you could, tell us a little bit about those.
Yeah, there's some legislation that's going on right now, and one of them has to deal with sex offenders, requiring sex offenders to register with the campus police departments if they plan to attend school. It cuts out the middle person between the sheriff's office and makes them register with us immediately, where we can inform our campus body of what's going on and who is going to attend class. The second one is a mandate. They want to mandate that all newly appointed police chiefs within the universities and port commissions and hospital boards and attend a 24-hour continuing education type of training for new appointed chiefs of being an administrator. And coming from a higher institution of learning, you know, we pride ourselves in education and continuing our training. And that was not really a problem, but I think when they did that bill, I don't think they realized the qualifications that police chiefs for a university have to have.
Right.
You know, just a bare minimum, we're required to have at least a bachelor's degree, which most of us have master's degrees in our education level, and we have to have our PERF certifications and all of our current law enforcement certifications that police officers have to have in a rural or a municipality form. And so we have to maintain two types of trainings, and that was something we weren't against because it's only can be, you know, positive. But I think a lot of people didn't take into account what we already have to do to be a police chief of a university. And then the third bill is dealing with reclassifying police chiefs to the hazardous duty of a retirement plan. We are getting a lot of attention right now, especially on university settings, and they're evaluating the police departments and our functions and our authority and trying to put things in line to make sure that the whole picture is an effective way of management and to help us function as law enforcement agencies on our campus.
About an update on these bills, what's the status?
Every one of them has passed the House committees. I went to the House floor, went to the Senate, have been on the Senate floor, and have went up for a vote to become law. And I think they're just waiting the governor's signature. None of them had any major challenges of going through, and it's all really positive things that are just to improve services and functions of law enforcement agencies on university settings. So now they're pretty much all going to go through, I anticipate, but you never know to the last day.
No, you never do.
But those are things that are affecting us and that we will have to address once they're passed.
Okay, let's shift gears. Talk about hurricane season. We're in the middle of it. We can hear the rain on the roof right now. As a matter of fact, it's not a hurricane, but it's definitely indicative of what might come.
Yes.
Let's talk about the role that a campus police department plays during hurricane season, during a hurricane.
I will tell you, as an institution, we are operating under phases under emergency preparedness plan, and our officers prepare for a university setting just like you do in a city or in a parish. We tend to our students and our faculty and staff that reside on campus as residents. We make sure we have evacuation plans in order when the time comes if they have to vacate their premises. We work side by side with the emergency operations centers of the parishes surrounding us, the Terrebonne, Lafourche, Assumption, St. Mary's, and we formulate a plan to make sure that we provide safety and that we're prepared in case that time comes where a storm's hitting. One thing people I don't think realize is the role that Nicholls plays as a regional institution and the hub for so many government agencies that we have MOUs or mutual agreements signed with them that they will either have their equipment on our campus, they will have personnel staged at our campus, because once a storm passes, you have to get those individuals back into the areas to render services to residents. And we have a tremendous amount of partnerships with the Terrebonne Parish government and sheriff's office, with energy, with wildlife and fisheries, the state police, the Region 3 of our Homeland Security and governor's office. And we all work and we all stay on that campus and we lock it down and we make sure that our properties are protected and we make sure that everybody that is there is safe, and we provide the same services that you would see within a community or in a city or a rural area.
Well, let's talk about emergency preparedness in general, not just hurricanes. Have there been any upgrades on campus?
Yes.
With respect to that?
Unfortunately, since the Virginia Tech situation, we have had a close eye on how universities respond to tragic or to situations of that significance. Nichols has been on the forefront with our emergency notification system and really can show and teach other agencies of what to do. We have just now upgraded our entire fire alarm system with public announcement capabilities in the buildings. And you see, that's significant because we're an open environment community. We're not like a school where you have everybody under one roof. We are operating a university setting between 7,000 to 10,000 people, and we have to know how we can get a message to them if something tragically is happening on campus.
Right.
And the systems that we have invested our time and money in are effective tools to do that, from being in a building to being in the community to having a cell phone or being by our office. You will have multiple ways of being contacted with direction of how to respond to an emergency that we're faced with, whether it's an active shooter, a barricaded subject, a tornado, a chemical spill, a mandatory evacuation from the parish. We have multiple tools to make that notification.
Ready for every contingency, pretty much.
We're ready for it, and we train on them, and we practice on those systems. And, you know, I will tell you, our state police commander was telling me about a month ago, he says you train 90% of the time for that 10% response.
That's right.
And that's what we do. And we make sure that we can be effective with those tools.
What about any special events that the police department may have taken part in the past and the future? What's going on?
I would say one thing that I was pretty prideful of is in the past, and I've been in law enforcement for 20 years, and within the parish of Lafourche where Nichols is housed, and we have really reached out to our regional partnerships. You know, recently we have had the Police Expo, the first annual Police Expo on our campus, where we had all emergency responders and public servants in our region come together as an open house for the public. It was a tremendous attendance. State police spearheaded it, and our facilities and our campus was used, and it was really an excellent thing. Now we are hosting the traffic summit for the South Central Planning Commission Safe Communities Task Force in July 13th, and that is another regional event where all law enforcement and first responders are attending.
All of them converging at Nichols.
Converging at Nichols, which is a good hub and a good facility to provide that, and also show our partnership outside of our geographical boundaries that people tend to be safe staying in.
And all of this happening while, of course, we're having some budget difficulties.
Correct.
We have had for the past 2-3 years. How has the police department dealt with these budget cuts?
Well, we have operated in the past. First of all, as chief of 7 years, I've had my budget reduced in 5 of those 7 years, significantly between mid-year budgets and at the end of the year. I've worked under a 17% reduction in overall funds for my department and a 17% overall manpower shortage or decrease in manpower. You become creative.
You know how to improvise.
You improvise.
Yes.
You seek resources from outside agencies that can help you. I can only commend the sheriff of Terrebonne Parish and the parish president of Terrebonne Parish, Michelle Claudet, and the parish president, and Vernon Bourgeois, the sheriff. They have been tremendous partners for us and have helped us absorb some of those bumps between services and equipment, and we have found that we have been able to compete for grants that I think have been put on fair playing field, and we have been awarded a substantial amount of funds to help us with our equipment and our services to our campus. And you just learn how to do more with less and reach out for your friends and see if they can help you, and we've been successful with that.
That's outstanding. Okay, Chief, don't go away. We're going to take a short commercial timeout, and we'll be back. Bayou time before you know it.